retro fans, welcome back to RGF Retro Game Force. And back in the days, Sega came out with their CD add-on for their 16-bit machine, the Mega Drive/Genesis. Nintendo, on the other hand, they were creating a CD add-on for their Super Nintendo together with Sony, but it never came to fruition. But today I bring you some awesome games from the MSU-1 Media Enhanced games for the Super Nintendo, which are the closest thing that you ever have from games coming out of the CD add-on from the Super Nintendo. So guys, stay tuned!
Hey! You still don't have a Sega CD? What are you waiting for? Nintendo to make one?
So let's start the video with a bit of history. Nintendo was working with Sony to build up a CD add-on for the Super Nintendo. Then also Nintendo cancelled the project. They actually didn't saw the need. Maybe they look at Sega and they saw what went through with Sega, and they cancelled their CD and add-on project for the Super Nintendo, and Sony actually kept working until they get their Sony PlayStation, and we all know how that ended, right? We even had a possibility to see how this will look, because some of these boards in this engineering and development stuff was leaked outside and sold for, let's say, a lot of money. What we didn't saw was really commercial games running in this kind of hardware. But around 2018, a developer slash hacker called Bayo or Bio, I don't know how to spell his name properly, sorry guys, created a software memory controller mapper that allows ROMs on the Super Nintendo to have 4 GB of space. And he called it the MSU-1. And now you say, 4 GB, that's huge, that's much more than a CD. And I say, yes, you're right, this is more the Super Nintendo DVD instead of CD, right? And with this amount of ROM size available, there were two major things that could be added to games on the Super Nintendo. One was the capability of showing some full motion video clips, and because of the superior color palette of the Super Nintendo compared, for example, with the Sega Mega Drive Genesis, the full motion video looks amazing compared to the Sega CD full motion video games. And second of all, we could add CD audio tracks to the Super Nintendo games. Of course, all of these files have to be uncompressed because the CPU of the Super Nintendo will not be able to uncompress files, such a big files, on the fly, but this is not a problem with 4 GB of ROM space. And now you're probably asking, can I play these games on the real hardware? Do I need to use an emulator, and what games are available on this format? Well, there are good and bad news, and I will start with the bad news. The bad news is, if you want to use the real hardware, you need to buy a very specific EverDrive from Crix that has a very specific FPGA chipset that handles the bank switching memory allocation to handle the 4 GB of storage. But the good news is, and this is how I'm playing these games, you can use emulation. And there are certain emulators that are fully supporting the MSU-1 format. Okay, so this was a lot of blah blah, and what about the games? So now is the time to showcase some games developed by fans, and by the way, a lot of games are being added and being modified as we speak, but I have here some examples, and in the end of the video I will explain you what emulator am I using and what settings. So let's check out some awesome Super Nintendo CD games.
Link! We are done for the day. Let's head home.
All right, Uncle.
So what emulator am I using now, you asking? I'm using the SNES 9.x version 155 and it works great. It's just you select the folder when you have your games, it recognizes the format and you just load as a normal ROM. You can use it on Windows or you can use it on RetroArch in whatever device you have. So you have a lot of possibilities to play MSU-1 games. And now you ask, where can I get some games? Well, then I will recommend the forum, the EverDrive forum from Crix. Then you have a lot of fan base patching games. Every month you have a bunch of games to try. So check out, I will put the link here on the description so you guys can check it out. And yeah, keep it in mind that this is a fan base patched game. So some of the games maybe would look a bit off for you and maybe good for others. It really depends on your personal taste, so check it out, you will not regret it. So guys, thank you very much for watching. As usual, don't forget to leave me a like, a comment and subscribe. I'm always trying to bring you new input, new information for you guys to try some retro goodness. And until the next video, take care and bye bye.